that at the beginning off. All right, we're here at the it's called the Country Fair Cup, the High Times Cup, and we're with Debra. State your name.
Debra Young. I'm on the board of directors of MiLegalize, and I would just like to let everybody know that we did file an appeal with the Michigan Supreme Court on Wednesday afternoon, emergency appeal. So we're waiting to hear.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Matt Abel and Jeff Page and Tom Levine, and David Cahill, they prepared the papers, and the papers were taken to the Supreme Court. And from my understanding, the clerks were expecting us. They were waiting.
That's
so
nice.
I assume that the Supremes already know we're coming.
And so, do you guys expect them to look at it? Do you have any kind of a date that they said they might look at it?
Of course, there's no date. You can't hold it. We asked for an emergency appeal because obviously we're under a time frame here.
Right.
We could go probably to about the middle of September, but they have to print overseas ballots.
Yeah, I did a story about the limits on the September 9th.
September 9th for the overseas. But in other states, the Supreme Court's rulings have made them print ballots
right up to the last minute.
If they want to fool around and spend extra money, that's fine. We're going to fight it all the way.
And now, if, let's say, the time limit does kind of bite us, what about a special election or anything like that? Like if they did make a ruling before another election?
What would happen is, because I've discussed this with the lawyers, is there won't be a special election. We'll go on the next general election.
Only the governor can do that, right? When he's begging for money. I don't know.
I sued the city of Oak Park where I ran a legalization campaign in the city of Oak Park, and they tried to do the same thing. We were trying to go onto an August primary ballot, and they were fucking with us, and they said, you can't go on this August, we're going to put you on in November.
Right.
We sued them in court, and they ordered them to either put us on in August or they would have to run a special election. But the Supreme Court's not going to do that.
No.
So they're not going to do that.
Well, that's the update I was looking for. And now another thing I heard from Irwin is if it was Irwin, right, that said if the Supreme Court does rule against it, then we're looking at taking it to the U.S. Supreme Court.
We'll take it to the U.S. Supreme Court. We're in to it.
Now, my angle on this is that the state has legislation in play to try to do this legalization, first starting with a medical marijuana adjustment and then a legalization over time. We're definitely still fighting that then, right? Because we know that if the legislator takes it over, it's a takeover and a giveaway to the corporations.
It's a guarantee. Write it down. In Michigan, it's not going to happen.
Yay.
The legislators aren't.
That's what I wanted to hear.
They're so ineffective. There's no way they can't agree on anything.
Well, we've seen, I believe it was Florida tried to do a reboot of their bad legislation, and they couldn't even agree on it.
They can't agree on it either, so we're not worried about that.
Good.
Every few months you hear about these new bills.
Right, they never go anywhere. No. All right. Well, once again, you do have some really nice flowers, and I'm glad to have gotten this interview. And I'm just as hopeful as you. We got hundreds of signatures for you guys, and we went to some rallies and stuff. And
I feel confident.
It's the best legalization platform I've ever seen. It's got hemp. It's got everything.
We work so hard on the language because of the Medical Marijuana Act that's just so vague.
Yeah,
and so that's why they're able to mess with it. We got everything spelled out. They're not going to be able to mess with it. And a citizen's initiative cannot be changed except with a supermajority. It's almost impossible to do.
Well, we're seeing right now how hard it is to turn certain laws around. So yeah, it's good to get the right ones written in the first place. All right, thanks again for the interview.
All right, guys.